want to share with you some things that have absolutely changed my life. And so background is I'm married. I've got 6 children, 1 boy, 5 girls. And as you can imagine, it's been quite crazy with everything that's been going on with the whole situation around the world and having the kids home and things like that. But we do have a couple of them in school, so we're getting a little bit of a break. But the thing I'm going to share with you guys tonight, hopefully you will see value in and can change your situation as much as it has for me. It has made a tremendous difference in everything that I've been able to do. All of the past, now, let's say 21 years, have not had a job in 16 years. Not that jobs are bad, it's good. We need people working jobs. But I know that there's a lot of people out there looking for a way to really create that time freedom. By the time I was 30, I was completely debt-free. And today, now what I do is I've been able to travel around the world, and now we've been doing, of course, lots of Zooms and things like that, teaching people what we've been able to do to help them become financially free, debt-free, how to compound their wealth, how to be able to take their money and to actually grow that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys some things that I was taught 5 years ago that have completely transformed my situation. So just by questions, you guys can go in the chat. You can put a 111 anytime that I ask a question, if you either agree with it or if it's something that you're experiencing yourself, okay? So number one, a question I was asked 5 years ago is, what if you could take advantage of the largest financial market in the world? Now, the first thing that came to my mind was I thought that they were actually talking about the stock market. Very typical. I thought, okay, largest financial market, well, the biggest one that I know of personally is the stock market. Well, my friend that actually shared this with me told me that it was actually the foreign exchange market, which is known as Forex, F-O-R-E-X. If you have heard of the foreign exchange, I want you to go ahead inside the chat, and I want you to put a 111 inside the chat. Go ahead and put it in there. I want to make sure everyone is still awake as we go through this. Put a 111 inside the chat if you guys have actually heard of the foreign exchange market, okay? Now, I did not realize how big this market was. Bloomberg actually did a study last year. They did a study last year, and they reported in October of 2019, so almost a year ago now, that the foreign exchange market on a daily basis does, now listen to this, $6.6 trillion a day in trading volume. Okay, that's longer than your phone number with an area code included. All right. Now, when you look at the stock market, which as we know is quite large, it does about $22 to $25 billion a day in trading volume. So when you think of the stock market and you think of the foreign exchange market, you're talking about the Niagara Falls versus a water bottle. There's a big difference. And so I thought to myself, okay, if it's doing $6.6 trillion a day, what exactly are they doing? Where's all that money coming from? What's being traded? Okay, and that's what I'm going to explain to you, because I thought, you know what? Out of that $6.6 trillion, I'd like to see how I could actually get my piece of the pie. All right, don't need the whole pie, just need a piece, especially when it's $6.6 trillion. And so what does this actually mean to you, and how can you actually capitalize on it? That's the key, because it's one thing to hear a big number like that. It's a whole other thing to say, well, how can I actually capitalize on that and actually use that to my advantage? Well, you first have to understand how currency exchange works. And I'm going to make it very simple, because a lot of times when I hear people try and explain the foreign exchange market and how currency exchange works, most people make it too confusing to understand. This is very simple. So right before everything that happened with COVID and all this stuff, I was in 14 countries in 28 days, okay? And during those 28 days, I spoke to 18,000 people. And there was 7 different languages that were translated as I was out there. And what was interesting is that when I left the United States and I went to Europe, to all these different countries, I had to exchange the US dollar for what? The euros, okay? Because that's what they use in Europe. Now, when I came back from doing those 28 days, 14 countries, I had to exchange the euros back for what? The US dollar, which is what we use here in the United States of America, okay? Now, that is the foreign exchange market. There's these currencies that are being exchanged all over the world. In fact, if you actually look it up, and you watch how the USD, the United States dollar, the Japanese yen, you look at the euro dollar, you look at the Canadian dollar, you look at the Great British pound and so forth. These currency values are going up and down all day long. Why? Well, just like we see in the news, just like we see all over the world, things are happening, right? And so that drives and it even impacts the value of those currencies. I've been watching gold. Gold has been absolutely exploding, right? It's going up and down, but it's definitely been on an uptrend, all right? And so you have the ability from your phone or computer, as you can see here, to be able to actually get in this market, which is massive, and from your computer or your phone, you can actually trade these currencies, okay? Because there's so much trading volume of $6.6 trillion, you can literally go in there and say, you know what? I'm going to buy or sell the United States dollar, the Japanese yen, or maybe I'm going to do what's called the Euro USD, which I'll show you here in just a second. It's the Euro dollar and the United States dollar, and I'm actually going to buy and sell these, and I can actually do the transactions and make money, which I'll show you here in just a little bit. So it's really, really powerful. So one of the services that a company called IM Academy put together is called Go Live. Go Live, very similar to what you would see with Zoom, but here's the key. On Go Live, you have over, now listen to this, 250 educators around the world that are hired by the company. There's over 14 languages. Now listen to this. We have over 125,000 people a day on our sessions. And I'll repeat that, 125,000. Okay, that's a lot of people. And the reason why they're getting on these sessions is because people are learning and they have the opportunity to make money. Okay, so they're learning. In fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to show this to you. I'm going to take you online here real quick, and I'm actually going to take you into Go Live. Hopefully you guys can see this on your screen. So right here, I'm actually inside of Go Live. Okay, see all these languages here? Hindi, Greek, Spanish, Portuguese, Czech, Italian, German, Serbian, Japanese. I mean, pretty much all these languages when I was out there is what we were actually going over in these events. Now, you look at our top featured sessions. In fact, my brother, who is actually a workshop instructor, he told me, you know, we're getting a couple thousand views a day, which is not bad. We have people getting 20, 30,000 views on a daily basis per educator. Why is that? It's because people are learning. They're seeing the value. They're making money, okay? So you see our top featured sessions, and then just like Netflix, you can pick your channel. Now, a lot of people do what I call, they do what's called Netflix and chill. I tell people you ought to do Forex and chill because there is a little bit more value there. So you have a couple options of channels to pick. I can pick FRX, which stands for Forex. I can pick HFX, which stands for High Frequency Forex. You have DCX, which is digital currency exchange, so Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and all that. And then in October, we're releasing ECX. So everyone who loves Amazon, people who like Shopify and stuff like that, they could actually go through here. They can learn how to make money. That's why this academy is such a big deal. So just as an example, I'm going to show you how this works and how powerful it is. So I'm in HFX, and I personally not only trade, but I educate inside of Go Live. So you're going to see our educators. You'll see their calendar. And what happens is at any time, in fact, we have a session that is taking place in 23 minutes with Ness Velasquez. Now, without giving any claims, income claims and stuff like that. When I met Ness 3 years ago, I mean, he was in a bad financial situation. Needless to say, he learned what we're doing, and Ness is absolutely crushing it, okay? So he actually educates people. He's doing that in the next 23 minutes. Pretty awesome. Now, the next one I'm going to watch after that, I call him DL Moneyman Woods. I met him 5 years ago. Him and his wife were struggling at the time. He learned a skill. He learned how to master it. He grabbed the fishing pole. He now knows how to fish. So guess what he does? He does live sessions, which you can actually watch. In fact, let's watch one. So he was on last night. In fact, he's going to be on in an hour and 22 minutes. So what I'll do is I'm going to press mute so that you guys don't hear what he's saying on here, because I just want to show this to you for the purposes of actually showing you how this works. We created a really, really simple system. Okay, I'm going to maximize the screen here. The system is this. A brand new person who comes into IM Academy, most people have never traded before. They've heard about it, but they've never actually done it. So on these live sessions that we have, what happens is you get on with these educators, and they are actually going to, as you can actually see here, they are going to look for what? They're going to look for trade opportunities because it's what they do. They give you a strategy, they look for a trade opportunity, and guess what you do? You copy and paste what they do. For example, let's look at DL Woods here. I'm actually going to show you what he's doing. So on the left side of your screen, what you're seeing is he's looking at a particular pair, the Euro CHF, okay? Now, in the middle of the screen, and he goes back and forth. He likes to play some background music so people don't get bored and fall asleep, all right? So in the middle of the screen, you're actually seeing the chart that he's actually looking at for a trade opportunity, okay? And then once you actually follow this, let's actually get to a trade right here. Okay, he just put in a trade. He's playing his music. He likes to keep people excited. All these educators, they have these different personalities. Okay, now watch. See this vertical, this horizontal line here? He's all excited. He's all happy. Make sure and press play. He's happy. He's dancing. He knows, hey, guys, we might actually win this trade here. You got a horizontal line. Now, once it reaches maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever it is that he chose, as long as that trade, because he hit the call button. See the green button to the right? That's call. That's a buy. A put is a sell. Okay? Oh my gosh, it's skyrocketed. Look at how happy he is. He's pumped. He's like, guys, here comes the money, right? And guess what you do? You put in the exact same trade that he puts in. That's it. You don't have to understand the charts. You don't have to understand how all the currencies work. All you have to do is learn how to hit two buttons. Watch this. Look at that. DL, I got to tell him to calm down on his sessions. He gets too excited, man. Okay, you need to know how to hit two buttons. Watch this, guys. Call or put. And you're saying, Brandon, that sounds good. Why don't you just show us? Let me show you. Let's say I'm on that same session. I'm looking at Euro USD. With what I've taught you so far, what does that mean? That is the Euro dollar, and then that's the United States dollar. Okay, Euro, United States dollar. And then you're looking at all this up and down and up and down. That looks like the stock market, doesn't it, right? The value of these currencies all the way to the right. You see these numbers all the way to the right. A brand new person, they don't even know what that means, right? That's okay right now. That's why you copy the experts in the beginning, and then we teach you how to actually master the skills. So watch. I'm going to give you a real example. Let's say that I wanted to put in a trade right now for Euro USD. Let's say that I was on DL's session right here, and he said, hey, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get in this trade. So he says, guys, we're going to do a 1 minute trade. So right there is a 1 minute trade. Now my risk, I'm going to risk on this trade $10. That's what I'm going to invest. Now, according to the broker, think of a broker just like your bank account, okay? This broker is going to pay out 73% of this pair, which is Euro USD, 73%. So what does that mean? If I'm going to risk $10 and I profit on this trade, I'm going to get my $10 back and the $7.30. So let's just go ahead and try this. He says, guys, we're actually going to do a call. It's a 1 minute trade. There's no analysis made here. I'm just giving you this as a hypothetical example. Now watch this. You have a horizontal line straight across, and as we go to the right here, this vertical line right there is the end of that 1 minute. We're in a trade for 1 minute, okay? Now, if this trade, because we hit the call, what we're saying is, hey, if it is above that line, the horizontal line, at the end of that minute, we are actually going to profit on the trade. If it is below, then we lose. How much do we lose? $10. Not a big deal. So how does this work? I go right here, and DL calls out a trade. Watch. So we're in the trade. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this, don't be putting in a trade right now, because I don't want you to take this trade. I want you to actually watch this. Look at how much he's in the profit right now. Do you see down here that horizontal line? Look at how far he is above. So unless he is spiked out of the trade, he could lose. But why don't we just go ahead and watch this? Because you guys are sitting there, you're like zooming in on your screen right now going, I want to see if he wins this trade, right? We're just watching. It looks like he's in a 3 minute trade right now. People are going nuts in the chat. They're blowing up the chat saying, I think, guys, we're going to win. DL's getting ready to get excited here. And one of the questions I have people ask me all the time is, Brandon, how much time is this going to take me to do this? Because I'm super busy. Got a job, maybe got family and stuff like this. How much time is this actually going to take me? See, look at that. He's getting excited. See, look at all the people in the chat. You see that chat? Look at the far right. Look at that, guys. The people are blowing up the chat. He just got a green box. Why don't we just call this the green box party? A green box party means you made money. He just made money on that trade. And look at the people blowing up the chat. You see the far right, the bottom chat, they're all saying cleared, cleared, cleared. What does clear mean? I cleared the trade. We made money. How much time did that take? A whopping 3 minutes. The average trade we do is between 1 and 3 minutes, and you're done. You don't have to keep looking at your phone and computer and stuff like that. So part of our system is this, and I'm going to show you this again, okay? Part of our system is this. You get on Go Live, all right? You watch the sessions. In fact, to go back, so DL Woods is going to be live in 1 hour and 16 minutes. You guys would actually get an opportunity to trade with him right here, DL Woods. And guess who's right after that? Matthew Thayer. I just was with Matthew Thayer a couple days ago. And once again, I will not tell all of the details, but when Matthew got started, he did not have very much money at all. In fact, I believe he actually had to borrow money to actually get started. And when you see how little it is, you'll actually be kind of surprised. Matthew got started. He learned a skill, and guess what he's doing now? He's educating. Matt actually taught me. I know how to trade now because of what I learned from Matthew Thayer, and I've been able to have a lot of success with this. You can go back to all the recordings and learn how to master skills. So step one is what? Get on Go Live. Watch the experts. Learn from the experts. George was talking about that. Number two, part of the system is to copy the experts. That's number two. System actually stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. So that's number two. Number three is what? Master the skill. You want to get to the point where you guys are doing what these guys are doing right here, guys and gals, because we have plenty of female educators, okay? So those are the steps right there that you guys need to know and understand that are going to help you to be successful. And then this last part right here, let's actually bring this up. Okay. So this part right here, a lot of times people are going to ask me, you know what, Brandon, I really like what I see. How much time does it take? On average, and I'm completely transparent, it's important to tell the truth, 20 to 30 minutes a day, okay? Get on a session, copy us, learn from the experts. And then they say, well, how much is this going to cost me? How much am I going to have to come out of pocket? So you pay a startup fee, one-time startup cost, $235, $240 with everything, so $240. 30 days later, everything is month to month. There's no contract that you're actually locked into, okay? $174.95 a month. And we have a way for you to actually get it for free. And this is what I tell people. If you pull out your calculator, you do 175 divided by 30 days. That means you're going to spend $5.84 a day. Now ask yourself the question, to learn a skill and to listen to the experts and take their trades, would you think that it would be worth at least what some people are paying for Starbucks every day? $5.84. It is an asset. This is something that can literally change your life financially. $235 today with everything $240. 30 days later, $174.95, and I'm actually going to show you how to actually get that for free. So we have a program called 2 and Free with a 7-day money-back guarantee, okay? What that says is if I find 2 people that actually want to trade with me, I get a scholarship to IM Academy. It is a scholarship. That means that $174.95 I was talking about, it's now waived. It's called 2 and Free. So you don't actually have to pay a monthly subscription to the academy. So look at it like if I was going to college or the university and I had 2 people go with me, that means I'd actually get a scholarship and I could actually go to school for free. Plus on top of that, you do get a 7-day money back. So if you say, you know what, I don't know if this is something that's for me, you could always cancel it. They give you a full refund. And we're going to give you guys the opportunity to actually get started tonight. If you look at that on the screen, and I'm going to show it to you here in a second, protectwealth.com/invest. Let me take you to it right now. Protectwealth.com/invest. HFX.com/invest. We should put it there for you right in the chat. You guys will see it. Now look at what happens. Let's go to it right now. Protect wealth. I'm going to type this in for you guys. There we go. All right. So when you see this on your screen right here, you'll see you join the mastermind for $240. Here's one of the things I want to do for you guys tonight before we take a quick break. Myself and a trading partner who is a former doctor would like to train you guys for free. Okay? He went from a doctor to a full-time trader. Inside of our mastermind, with your membership, you get free training 5 days a week. You charge nothing for it. Okay? So that right there is going to help you to cover the cost. Right here, you pay $240, one-time setup. Once you click that button there, it's going to take you to the form. You just fill out your information. We're going to help you guys get started. My passion and my goal is to teach people all over the world in over 100 countries what we're doing, because what we're doing is changing people's lives. We have over 350,000 active people doing this, okay? By next year, 2021, we will have over 1 million active customers doing what we're doing. And the reason is because people are seeing the value. They love the education. We're here to educate, to enrich, and to inspire people to live a better life, to become financially free. So guys, I want you to take action now, which stands for no opportunities wasted, right? Put yourself in a position to align with our team to where we can mentor you and help you become successful.